Let's rock and roll. Hello, and welcome back to Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might. My name is Brad, and I will be your DM for this arc set in the world of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. Who do I have with me today?
I'm Zach, and I'll be playing Dirk.
Yeah, you did it!
I was really nervous.
Yeah, you made it.
I'm Victor, and I'll be playing Liu, the Ogier.
I am Michelle, and I'll be paying.
Respects.
Playing
Swear jar.
Tal/Tala.
I'm Marty, and I'll be playing Paige.
Awesome. So just a quick reminder of what we do here. We are a group of friends, storytellers, DMs, who are all taking turns telling D&D 5e stories set in some of our favorite worlds of fiction, sort of exploring unvisited parts of those worlds and just imagining what would happen if we gamified it just a little bit. So with that in mind, this arc is set currently right before the events of the start of the Wheel of Time in the war-torn country of Gildan. Nothing in here is any attempt at sort of building up a canonical prequel. We're just having a lot of fun in a world that I really like, and these guys all indulge me enough to do a lot of reading and research to play this game. If you're just along for the ride now, you can watch our previous material on this YouTube page. You can find a link in our channel down below. And our next episode will be coming out next Tuesday. You can catch that right here on this page at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That about cover it? Think we're good?
I think we're good.
So then, with that covered, let's turn the page into the next chapter of Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might.
Just learned what Eastern
Like fire breath. So last time that we left off, this group of new acquaintances, having worked together in the town of Samara to help a local who had lost some of their produce, and then quickly had to leave town for manslaughter reasons. Just, you know, your classic first adventure for a D&D party.
We don't talk about that anymore.
We actually don't talk about it. It's actually pretty messed up that I brought it up, so you're right.
It's been put to bed.
It's fine. We've all made our peace with the creator. This group awoke in the cold morning in Gildan, in this early winter that had set in, and across the river behind you, you could see, a couple of you, a camp of Whitecloaks, some of whom you had met before, just starting to pack up, presumably to cross the river behind you. This legion was led by one Lord Captain Ken Valey. You guys had reasons to want to avoid them and reasons to journey northward, so you banded together, and on the first day had quite a merry day. A bit of a warmer weather than you'd been experiencing, especially Tal and Dirk, who'd been traveling outside, and had quite a good day. Until you started to question each other on your motives and what it is exactly that you are doing traveling northward. Unbeknownst to the rest of the party, Paige has some assistance and some level of special talent in trying to discern the thoughts of those around. And pointed questions were asked, souring the mood for the second day. A second day where you came across a peddler who seemed to indicate that business has been bad with the war, for war reasons. And at night, the questioning heated up once again with Dirk and Paige at each other's throats, trying to force one or the other to seemingly admit something that they wanted each other to admit. In the hubbub of the camp, you ceased tending to the fire and the smoke climbed higher into the sky when all of a sudden, alarm horns started to blare. From first behind you, and then still a ways behind you, but to the left and to the right. Right, left, I don't know how this looks on camera. And quickly you realized that whatever squabbles you were having needed to stop as panic sets in among your group as you guys hastily pack up camp and start running off into the night in this narrow stand of trees. You are currently set up in a field with some trees surrounding you, but not too many. It seems like there's a little bit more forest cover if you break across this field, but these sounds of horns are coming ever closer. What are you doing?
Is there snow on the ground?
There is only nearby, because I think I had said that it was a warmer day and most of the snow melted. So wherever it's mostly shaded during the day, there's still snow on the ground, but there seems to be pockets that are more like crisp, frosted grass.
Okay.
Tal takes off, presumably after Dirk.
Yeah, taking off where? Where are we
If I'm
going?
not actually mistaken, I stayed behind, helped put out the fire a little bit, and you took the
Paige.
little ones.
Paige,
You took
yes.
Paige. Okay. So as soon as the fire's out, we'll
Book it north.
book it north.
I think last time we said they were behind us, they were coming from the right, coming from the left, but there was, as far as we're aware, still a clear path north.
You did not hear any horns coming from ahead of you north, the direction you've been traveling, no.
The one thing I'll say is, as you follow me, I'll go, Tal, whatever you do, don't hit them, don't fire arrows at them. We run or we stop.
Okay.
And we'll continue taking off.
We should head to the trees. I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb if we go into the plains.
Hurry your ass up. I'll put money in the swear jar.
That's like $1. Maybe.
Watch for the snow. Try not to leave any tracks.
Okay.
I'm literally carrying you and you're giving me orders.
That one there is very... Oh, we could have done better. It's fine.
Like a baby. So you guys are making for the trees to the north of you. I'll ask everybody to make a... whoever is looking for the safest place to go, I'll ask, like taking the lead and looking for the safest place to go, I'll ask to make a survival check. I'm going to ask everyone to make a stealth check.
Alright, so stealth check first.
I think I would have taken off first because you are, putting out the fire and whatnot. so-
Dirty 20 for myself.
Nice.
Perception.
It's a 12 for my stealth.
Okay.
For perception...
Is it perception or survival?
Whoever's taking the lead on looking for a path. Actually, everyone can make a survival check, but first I'm going to need those stealths.
19.
19, okay.
9 is what I meant.
9, I see.
12.
On stealth. Yeah, same here.
And a nat 1 on survival. Dirk is not good at surviving.
Okay. I'm just doing some quick maths. Okay, what do we have on survivals?
12.
1,
7.
15.
15. You are considering breaking straight for the snow until Lior yanks you back. You have this momentary... You're heated. You've just had quite an argument, and you have this momentary thing of, we'll just hide in the snow. We'll just hide in the snow. Before Lior grabs you back, Lior, you realize that's not... There's maybe 3 inches of snow on the ground. There's no...
I would look like not even an igloo.
You could be a small hill. Never mind.
There's no way. With a 15, you spy, despite the low light that's going on right now, you do spy a spot ahead of you where it looks like the ground is a little bit tricky. You guys are starting to hear, you don't hear voices yet, but you hear occasionally where it seems like maybe your pursuers are entering like a hard packed path. You are hearing hoof prints. Still far, it doesn't sound like it's right next to you, but you do hear that echoing out in the otherwise silent night. You spot a patch where it looks like rougher terrain that horses might have a hard time treading.
Right. Over there, where the terrain gets difficult.
We're going to stop running. We're going to assume we're going to get caught.
No, I believe I can hear hooves, which means that at least the pursuit will have to slow down. We might make some ground. Keep running.
All right then. This way, Dirk.
I'll follow.
Okay. Everyone, as you're making this run, as now it's starting to pull closer, the horns are starting to, where it was before it was pause. Now it's more. You're starting to hear them close in a little bit on where you are. I need everyone to make an athletics check as you run through this tough terrain.
If I lightly tip
Yes.
from rock to rock, thank you.
Yes, 100%. You can make a acrobatics.
Can I do the same, probably?
You're not running. You're in Lior's arms.
You're right, I'm just being a barbell.
21.
21.
13.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Funny enough, that's what I rolled.
Again?
Matched again. We are one unit.
2, so 6.
A 6. Okay.
You're doing Titanic.
Dirk,
getting
you start to eat it. Your focus is a little bit gone right now. You just have this refrain of what your big gotcha moment was supposed to be, with Paige not working, and Paige dropping back and looking at you and going, "Are you a madman?" And you just have this just racing through your head.
Yeah, I'm not looking good. You can see, like, if you look back, Dirk's actually sweating a little bit. He's wide-eyed like a rabbit, as if, like, not able to find a safe place to go, is not paying attention at all.
Tal, you bound ahead of everybody, doing some cool monk stuff, just leaping and leaping off of a rock and just instinctually grabbing a branch, swinging yourself up on top of a boulder, and you look and you see that you've come to this, like, almost like dried out rock riverbed, where it looks like there are these crevices and spots where it indents. You know, if you should decide to try and hide it out, there is maybe a chance that there's a spot here you could hide.
Even for Lior?
You'd have to get closer.
Do we want to hide?
I don't think we have many options.
I think we should keep trying to run. If we hear them pursuing, it'll be a last resort.
I mean, I can... maybe. I'll just keep up with the horse, but Dirk is...
At this point, I like fallen over myself, pick myself back up. We gotta keep moving. Let's go.
Would the riverbed provide ample blockage for any horses? Or is there like a path right beside that's totally clear?
It's like a rock riverbed, so you would imagine that horses would not want to do that. It is kind of the fantasy movie chase scene where people are running in the indentation, and on the banks of this dried out riverbed, you see horses going. That's kind of the setup that we have here. But it looks like maybe they would have a tough time getting down there. As it is, you hear currently that is the most northward path, and you hear coming from behind you. You start to hear, you hear one call out in the distance, but a call out of,
"We found the camp. They've pushed on."
And from the left, far away, you hear a
Onward!
so you're starting to hear voices now.
Keep booking it.
Okay, you guys.
Wait, Dirk. We're not going to outrun them.
Lior, make me a nature check, please. Sorry.
Oh, it's not good.
Do like
It's a
looking around.
6.
Looking around, do I see like any caves? Any
Ooh, yeah, make a perception check for me,
anything at
please.
all?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cannot fight them, Lior.
But we cannot outrun them. Our only choice is to hide.
We hide, and if they catch us...
17.
17. At the base of this basin, you're looking at all these cracks and crevices. You see one spot that is seemingly covered with a thick, like net of branches. But behind that, you can see empty space.
Here, hide! And I'll like lead everybody
Yeah.
into there. I'll try to, using my best farmery naturey skills, try to move the branches out of the way enough for Lior to get through, but not so much that they crack and show our passage.
Okay. Sure. You can slip through, no problem.
Can I try and help with that from the inside, just to pull things back in a way that does not...
Sure. So I'll ask you to make an athletics check with advantage. Is there anything you guys are doing to try and get yourselves into here?
Take off my cloak, which is the brown and the greenish kind of leaf-looking thing, and I'll try to at least drape it over part of the entrance so it covers and it doesn't look like branches are disturbed.
Yeah.
16.
16? Okay.
I'll get on my hands and knees if I need to and try and crawl if it helps.
Yeah. Make me an insight check, Lior.
Sure. Oh, not bad. 20.
You have a particular skill that might assist you. A rare skill even among your people.
Will it help me get in or will it help me cover the entrance?
Here's the thing. You crawl in with a 16. That's enough, but it kind of cracks up a little bit. And there is a gap that you're now looking out back on as Dirk's trying to like hold a cloak over it.
Everybody in.
Come on.
I'll step in last.
As you do, I will approach the opening and I'll kind of reach a hand out and gently kind of caress the tree where we damaged it, the branches, and it will start as a low hum, kind of a rumble that becomes a melody as I sing to the tree, asking for forgiveness, asking for growth, and asking for protection.
Totally. What was the one you were picking between two skills at the start of the game, and I told you I wasn't going to mess with you for picking one over the other. What was that?
I think I went with nature.
Okay, so roll me a nature check with advantage.
Ooh. Okay. It's not bad. 14.
14. You guys see, as you start to hear, from it's darkness behind you, and you're still hearing, and now you're starting to hear a bit of a, almost as if something's above you, and you start to panic a little bit as Lior clears his throat. But it melds in as Lior starts to slow, like a didgeridoo kind of a sound.
Oh, that was so dope.
I have a didgeridoo, I know.
I've heard didgeridoos before, and I can't do that.
Practice. As this low sound, this ethereal sound starts to blend in with the where there's parts I can't do that cool thing with the didgeridoo where they like chop up their breath and like that sort of matches up with the beating of hoof prints, and you all, to your immense shock, see Lior's huge hand on these dead-looking branches that are gnarled up and covering the entrance. The roots then reform into the middle and in fact sprout vines and creepers from them as it regrows to cover the entrance, leaving you with just enough of a crack of light to look outside and see what is going on out there, but relatively undetected.
We hide here.
You f***ing channel.
It is not channeling, it is a gift of my people. We are brothers to the trees, and the trees recognize that.
Sure.
We're all on the same side here.
Whatever's keeping us hidden.
Whoa! You guys hear clop, clop, and the sound of someone sliding off of a saddle. Here's the good thing about running on a rock bed. You guys were so frantic about finding this spot, and you have this moment of, oh god, they're going to see the straight line that we ran in. A rock bed doesn't really have too much in the way of footprints to leave. But you hear, the sound of someone walking on these rocks. And just outside, is anyone sort of peeking outside, or are you just trying to stay as far back as you can?
I'm gonna try to stay as far back as possible.
Okay.
Paige would be putting her back to the side of the wall, not looking, but just trying to breathe quietly and listen more than anything. She knows she can't see well in the dark, so it's probably going to be the sound.
Sure.
Tal's gonna keep far enough away to know that the person won't be able to see the shadow of anybody inside.
Totally.
But trying to find that balance between being able to anticipate their movements and seeing enough to know what's going on outside.
Absolutely.
Lior is a statue. He is not moving for fear of making any sound.
Lior, you might actually, oddly enough, have the best vantage point because you have been kneeling down against these roots as this plays out. So, Lior, you might be, and your eyes work pretty well in the dark. Mm-hmm. So what you all hear and what Lior sees is two white-cloaked figures stepping out, not close to you, not by the entrance of your cave. You don't feel like you've been made right now. But you see two familiar figures, one shorter, stockier with short brown hair, and one with a real Prince Charming from Shrek, blonde hair, not to totally burst the mood, who you recognize, one of them being child Luke, who, and the other one whose name was not given. But you see them seemingly looking over you and hear a voice above all your heads saying, "So that's it? They've vanished?" And Luke from below, you see, goes, "I was telling him there's something not right with these lot. This is proof more than anything that something foul had entered Samara." And you hear a nervous voice from above going, "Creator, protect us. If they just vanished, what else are they capable of?" And the tall one goes, "That doesn't matter. I don't think any of us want to answer to questioner Talon. He was very specific about wanting a better report on the visuals of this group, so it's best that we keep moving. Besides, there were only two of us before. If they're capable of so much, they wouldn't have been too afraid to run from the two of us. I think with 8 children running through the woods, we should be able to take anything. Would you not say so, Lyle?" And the one who said he was afraid, I'm not afraid of nothing, but...
Could I make an insight check?
Sure.
If he's trying to pitch his voice to indicate that there may be more, or if they really are like 2, he may be trying to lie about being 8 and thus potentially outnumber us.
You can make one with disadvantage because you're not seeing
Perfect,
anything here.
Yeah. Trying to gauge his what he's meaning.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Is it insight?
Yep.
All right. Okay. 15.
I mean, you heard a bunch of horns in the forest. Doesn't seem to be anything indicating that. I mean, you absolutely hear voices above you.
Yeah.
You kind of hear them through the opening, but you do kind of hear them in that weird, like, traveling through sort of a way.
Yeah, it's not really him saying like, "There's 8 of us."
Yeah.
Or something like that. It's not a. Not a
Yeah.
statement.
It's not a kid going, "Don't come in. My dad's 7 feet tall and
Exactly.
his arms are
Okay, yeah.
baseball bats." You know, like
correct.
it seems
Like he's having a discussion.
it seems like a sincere discussion.
Perfect.
We press on. None of us want to answer to the questioners. We find what we're looking for tonight, and then we continue to bring the light to Johanna. And then you hear, "Right, if you say so. Right, I guess it's just a kind of a spooky night." And then Luke pipes up and goes, "We move now." And then the ones on top go, "Yes, right away, of course." And you see them start to walk back from the way they came. You guys hear above you the hoof prints start to leave, not at a fast pace. And eventually you hear the sound of an armored person saddling up onto a horse.
They're gone.
The sound is still sort of like ambient around you, but they're not like right in front of you.
Wait.
Yeah. Paige is gonna stay just like this for a very long time, something like 15, 20 minutes kind of thing, to be sure there's nothing there.
As you wait about 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes of silence, you do hear a, "So they are gone." Yeah! And then you hear the sounds of multiple horses going as the horses above you stamp their feet. Dirt rains down directly sort of above you, Lior, and you hear a and you look and you see that the mouth of the cave is about to give away right on top of you. Oh, no. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No!
Question:
Yeah, no. I know what you're about to ask me.
does danger sense apply? Do I get advantage on this because I see this happening?
Yes, you do actually. You do.
Was that what you thought he was gonna ask?
100%. Because I saw him. I saw him grab 2 dice and then put down one and go, "Wait, I better clear that up."
18.
You roll out of the way, and those of you who can't see in the dark, you just hear not only horses leave, but now this thundering sound. Whoever is standing closest to the entrance probably gets knocked over by the knees as Lior rolls underneath you as the mouth of this cave starts to collapse. And 15 seconds later, all is quiet, but all is dark.
Perhaps I spoke too soon.
Wait. Just a little more.
I mean, it can't happen twice.
300 horses leave.
Our God is an unforgiving God.
The existence of a cave-in precludes the existence of a cave up.
Paige is gonna look at Tal. If Tal's making no eye contact, I don't think we can see each other. That's
Tal has probably
nothing.
completely fallen on top of Lior as he took her out at the knees.
Sure.
Yeah, just like, and anytime Lior's like moving, I'm like, shh.
And as you guys are in this moment of stillness, you do start to hear some of the ambient sounds. None of you have reached a back wall. You have not tried to run far into here, but you do start to hear dripping, like a cave drip. And it's not like right behind you. And there's a little bit of a reverb to that, almost as if the space opens up.
okay.
Looking around,
Yeah.
how kind of deep do I get a sense that this kind of goes?
I think you get a sense looking around, Dirk, that it's pretty dim and still hard to make out, but you see maybe 50 feet sort of ahead and to the left of you. It looks like it might branch off. You see a boulder in front of you, but you feel like you can make out some sort of back wall, maybe 80 feet away from you.
For a brief second, Paige, you'll get that feeling like someone's staring in like the back of your head. There seems to be a tunnel further.
Should we light a torch? I mean, I can make out shapes in the dark, but if one of us rolls an ankle, we're never going to make it.
Let's not be hasty. Any light in any sort of tunnel might alert our presence. You take the lead if you can see. I'll be right behind you. You carry Paige. Tal, you're with me.
Tal's just like trying to open up all senses, like eyes wide as they can go, and just tapping the foot.
You're daredeviling?
Don't worry about it. And I'll just like put my hand on your shoulder or like hold your hand and like we'll start going.
Okay, cool.
Paige will say, I can take it from here. Let's just be careful. And Paige will have both her hands and feet kind of like feeling out using the wall and kind of like probing a little bit. Basically on all fours if she needs to be.
Okay, say you're walking through the door of this cave mouth. You're going left wall or right wall?
Ooh, don't know.
It feels like Dirk is pushing. You're pushing your way to where.
The left, right?
Yeah.
The
That's
left,
where
right?
it feels like everyone's going.
Perfect.
Do we get a sense of which way is north?
Hold on.
Absolutely
2
not.
seconds. Are you telling me it's pitch black right now? Like we can't see at all.
I don't think.
We're having trouble getting around, right?
Yeah.
Without a torch?
A little bit of trouble.
A little bit of trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah.
I'd like to grab Tal by the hand. Yeah. I'm gonna grab Tal by the hand, and as we're going, I'll go, Leor, just make sure to call out if there's any, and I'm just gonna like fake trip, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm falling like kind of into Paige as I see her kind of like scrounging around.
Yep.
And just as we fall, I just want to like get a feel for what she's carrying on her.
I'm sorry, are you feeling her up?
I understand what I just said.
That's not okay.
I meant like, does she?
You madman.
Yeah.
Try and
you
fix
know,
the Zach.
I
Let's see how
gotta
this goes.
Swear
back up
jar.
here.
No, you came in Dirk's mind first.
Like, I want to see if really the only thing she has is that bag that she's been showing with her like ingredients for things, or like maybe she keeping like a sling or a dagger that I'm not aware of, like anything on a robe or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to like
So-
clumsily like roll into her.
Okay, so first make me a performance check with advantage,
Clumsily grope
and
her
then
hips.
and then make a sleight of hand check.
Wow, that's not too bad. 17 plus 2 for performance, so 19.
Okay, Tal, you should start falling.
Yeah, sorry.
Dirk tripped.
I'd like kind of go to help him.
Yeah, a 14 sleight of hand.
Okay. I think you must carry like a belt knife or something like that. You just something to chop up your
A little,
herbs.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Small
I've seen,
kitchen knife, yeah. It's not.
Yeah, what would you carry about like your waist? Like what's in the fanny pack?
I would probably have a couple vials. It wouldn't be anything. Serious. There would be the main fanny pack would not have anything. There would be like a little, the belts that have like these little secret nooks. You know those little zippers, you know, on the sides?
Of the belts?
Not the belt, but like...
Are you talking about a travel pouch?
Yes,
Is it
exactly.
inside your jeans?
Well, I stopped by Mech before I went on this village. Anyways.
Yes. Yeah.
It would be more like an internal pouch that I would
Okay.
keep. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, but
Something that would be sewed in more. It wouldn't be. No, it would not be on the belt.
Yeah.
It would be sewed into the.
you don't
trousers,
get the feeling that you've struck like some glaive.
I'm actually really embarrassed right now.
You bump into a massive booty that is very well.
I definitely did not want to do that. Tal, sorry. Tal, help
Roll
me.
for shame.
Yeah. Nat 20? Close enough. It's a little 15.
I'll like kind of help him up and be like, all right there.
Yeah, it's hard to see in here.
Paige is gonna be like, Dirk, are you okay?
No, Oh, Gear! Start calling out the rocks.
Oh,
As the noise has raised among your party with this pratfall and the yelling,
I was just about to say, everyone be quiet. We don't know what's in
you
here.
hear reverberating through the cave.
It's not a rock.
that your
As
stomach?
it's coming from that
Boulder.
area to the left, behind that boulder, that area to the left.
Okay. Everybody stop.
Can I grab if there's like a rock or something nearby and try and toss it farther into the cave?
Yes. Yeah.
can I help him?
No, you can't. You can't see right now.
You will get
Damn it.
flung with the rock, I'm telling you now.
You grab Tal. Roll me.
It's fine. I
I
can't
mean,
be
it's dim
surprised.
light, so you still are kind of like trying to gauge where's a good spot to throw it.
Yeah.
So roll me a like ranged attack or something like that with it's not disadvantage, but the DC is different because it's not great vision.
But it would be Dex, I guess, for a thing?
Yeah,
or-
this would be a dex based, unless you're trying to throw it as hard as you can.
No, that's an 11.
An 11. You throw it a little bit of the ways, sort of the other way, but then you hear it bounce off something. Dirk, you see it bounce off of a mite? Tight?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Stalagmite.
Stalagmite.
You gotta be tight on the ceiling.
I see. You could make something like that up for both of them. I
Yeah, I
never
know.
noticed. A stalagmite.
Might grow to the top because it drips.
Yeah, but the one from the top might reach the bottom. So what are we doing here? You see it. You see the rock bounce off of a stalagmite and sort of pitter back about 15 feet ahead of you guys. And you start to hear crunching gravel under heavy paw prints. Dirk, you start to see this large bear emerging from behind the boulder. And you know in this moment, looking at the rest of your companions, that you are the only one that sees that this is happening at the moment.
Tal, get behind me. Bear.
I don't know where behind you is.
Oh, damn it. Gonna kind of just reach forward and start dragging her behind. Oh, Gear, there's a bear. Talk to it.
What?
The people, the trees, I'm assuming the beast and the leaves as well. Let's go.
That's not how this works, Dirk.
Run!
Yeah, run.
Can I?
Pick up Paige.
We're in the dark. We're never gonna outrun this thing. Are you kidding me?
Can you not see right now?
I can see kind of. They're blind.
Oh, god damn it.
Leo's going to go to where the sound is and just try and f***ing bear hug this thing.
Okay, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of this.
All right.
Talk to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you talk to
Wrestle
branches.
Swearjaw!
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's been a rough night.
I'm not sorry.
I was like, oh, cool. Like, we got rid of the Whitecloaks. Like, cool. We'll just go through this tunnel. Yeah, I know it will lead us somewhere. Gonna be awesome. I didn't think there'd be a bear.
Thought that was the
right
encounter,
here.
you clown.
Oh my god, he knew!
Of course I knew.
You fell into my trap.
And I was just like,
Thank god.
As Lior, you see coming face to face with you, and Dirk, you see emerging from behind this boulder, a terrifying, 10-foot large, scary thing.
He knew we wouldn't be able to shut up.
What did we get for initiatives?
22.
20,
God.
cool.
13.
15.
Okay.
3.
Oh no.
Looks like that bear is taking a chomp before you hug it.
I mean, not if you want to
Sorry,
intervene.
I had a 15 from someone? 13?
13 for me.
Okay. And you were a 3?
3.
Okay. Excuse me, I pressed battle music.
Battling the wind.
Oh.
Actually, a giant Build-A-Bear.
Remember what we talked about? I don't think it applies now.
Yeah, no.
Tal, you hear growling, and you hear Lior going, ah! And just the sound, you can't really make anything out with your eyes. It's kind of pitch darkness for you, but you just feel like this hot presence in front of you. What do you do in the dark?
Tal's going to reach out a hand and kind of close her eyes so that she can, like, pretend she can't see anything when she can't see anything anyways. And hold her attack for, if she feels that hot presence coming forward
Okay,
within reach.
okay, sure.
But that's all I can do at the moment because I can't see.
Okay, sure thing. So that's your turn. You kind of just stay there and hold your attack for if something comes within range.
Still applies.
Yeah.
Okay. As things are breaking here and we're sort of in bullet time, you all feel something wrong.
Don't mess up my plan.
You feel something wrong, and it's hard to explain. You just get this itch on the back of your neck. Tal, Dirk, you just start cold sweating. Lior, you immediately get the sense of this is not the problem here. And Paige, you just feel dread, as it sounds like there is a second cave-in, but the sounds are far too organized. As Dirk, you turn around and see some more rocks fall, but then land and lumber over towards you as two humanoid-ish figures made entirely of rock and earth and boulder start lumbering out of the entrance, and the first one is going to walk right up to Paige.
Could I have? Sorry, I just remembered I have torches. Could I have struck a torch for my turn? Or it's too late. It's okay.
Yeah, it might be too late, but
No
you can
worries.
yell, "Take my torch!"
Somebody light a torch.
As this is my finest work with these, I just want us all to appreciate it. As
I'm very upset.
I couldn't find exactly 10 by 10 things. Everything here is size large. The bear, the rock guys, they're all size large, so they occupy 4 squares. But Paige, you just hear, and you try and like scurry yourself away, and then you feel like almost like something going to clap its arm on your shoulder, but it almost goes to knock you to the floor as it attempts to just cover you up. And Dirk, you see this happening. That's going to be a 20 to hit.
That just hits.
We gonna die.
Paige, Dirk, you turn and you see Paige, unaware and unexpecting, just at the last second flinching as this rock thing envelops you, coming to the ground. You can still see Paige, but Paige, you are covered in hundreds of pounds of rock and earth, and you are currently grappled.
Oh my god. All right. This is terrible.
The second one drops down from that boulder and is going to attempt to do the same to you, Lior. And you turn at the last second, having thought, oh, this isn't the real threat. This isn't the real threat. And you turn just in time that this thing doesn't necessarily get the jump on you, but it's going to attempt to do the same and try and smother you. That does an 8 hit?
No.
So you see the other one having, at the opposite extreme, just gone after Paige, who physically is maybe the least capable to handle a situation like this. And this one drops down upon you, but you are able to sort of bucket off and land on top of it and scramble back to your feet as it pulls itself back up. And there's no roaring happening here, shy of the cave bear, who's still groggily stepping out of here going... These things are eerily silent, except for, like, the horrible, like, rubbing of rock on rock. That is going to bring us to Dirk.
Looking at
Does your plan still apply? No, you sure?
When I look at this bear, it looks like a normal bear that we just woke up from hibernation, super pissed, or
Big bear,
is it a rock bear?
And we can see it.
No, it seems, you know, most encounters with bears are rough. You would maybe call this one dire, a dire encounter with a bear, perhaps.
Okay. Dirk springs into action. Lior, Paige needs your help. Switch. And I'm gonna run up to the rock elemental that's right here.
Sure thing.
And
What?
I mean a rock being person thing. I'm needing to do other things, yeah. And I'll look back and say, Tal, get a torch up and stay away from that bear. And I'm gonna just take some attacks against this.
I told you to get a torch up.
Yeah.
You just yell torch, and he goes, great idea, do that on your next
Come on, man.
Yeah, so you're going to attack the rock?
Go to attack the rock.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do what you're going to do.
The rock.
Gonna attack a rock.
The rock that's grappling me, right?
No.
That's gonna be a 15.
15 hits.
No one can see, right?
Lior can...
Lior can see.
You know what? You don't necessarily know that.
I'll do 10 slashing damage with my longsword.
10 slashing damage, absolutely. I cannot believe I didn't add a resistance to slashing damage. I'm gonna say that it does have resistance. It's made of rocks.
That's fair. I was like, no, I should really be doing bludgeoning.
That's a pretty good hit, but you feel that you maybe have taken a chunk out of your sword, a notch out of your sword on the rock here.
I'll chill there and just yell at it. Hey, rock! Ah! That's pretty much what
That's
I do.
right. Talk
Amazing.
to it. Talk to it.
That's essentially what I do, yeah.
I'm not even going to ask you to make an intimidation check.
No.
Awesome. So that's your turn?
Yeah.
Could
Yes.
it's a stretch, and I fully accept anything that you say.
Stretching's important.
With not a question. After I hold my action and say torch, and he says, good idea, light a torch, can I then use my held action to light a torch?
Yeah, please. Please. Because also your held action was, I was waiting for you to say, like, if something comes up next to me, you're like, if a bear, a hot bear comes up next to me. I'm like, that's specific. You can let
I
you
was
can light your
so
torch.
sure you were gonna hit me in the ass. I was so sure. I'm like, this thing's gonna knock me back, and she's gonna hit me right in the kisser.
It was a possibility.
You can light your torch. Horrific. You light your torch, and there is a rock thing swinging at Lior. You look around just behind you in time to see Paige go "Huh," and stumble over and get like swallowed, and Paige is struggling to breathe on the ground. Nightmare show. Is that your retroactive turn?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to Paige.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. No one came to my rescue. All right. Paige, while squabbling with this thing, is going to...
Watch out. The lights are on. Everybody can see you.
Sorry, you are, just so you know, you are grappled and restrained.
grappled and restrained.
And you feel the pressure on your lungs.
So I can't use my Vorpal sword.
Yeah, it's crazy that you missed that,
Yeah.
Dirk.
It was in the secret little pocket.
It's in the zipper. You unzip and you pull it off.
Grappled and restrained. All right. I would like to say, may the Dark One curse you. Release me, you beast. And I would like to subtly cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
I would like to channel all the echoing and all the swirling, just the whispers of the wind as they start to course through. And I'm not sure if it speaks the language that I speak, but I'm hoping that it will convey the fear that I'm trying to impress on it.
It is strange. Can you tell me the description of the
Yes.
spell? Does it require that you speak the same
understands it?
language?
I don't believe I will read it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know that it does.
Okay, you whisper a discordant melody that only
Perfect.
one creature of your choice.
Perfect.
So it's
a discordant melody. That's fine.
Oh, it's just a verbal component, so I do not need to use the...
You still need to use.
You
I still need to use it? Okay.
Yes.
I thought it reduced somatic. If it's verbal and somatic, I will take it.
A verbal component for, in this case, channeling
Yes.
is usually like not so much get away from me, and it's more like
I don't want that at
Right.
all.
but you with down on the ground, struggling to breathe, knowing that you might not have the strength to get out of this.
Yeah.
Use what air you have in your lungs to channel together and harness this neat little trick that you've always had, this swirling whisper of spirit energy, and throw a weave of wind into it as you angle your head up towards what you can now see flickering in the firelight is this like not gaunt, but like almost looks like it has hollow eye sockets at the top of it, and you whisper this up at the thing. What kind of save do I need to make?
It needs to be a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. What's your DC?
It's a DC 15.
I got a 15. Oh! I'm gonna tell you, I rolled a natural 19 and they have -4. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I thought that was a great idea.
Nope, I will give it half damage, but
Okay.
it does not respond to any fear.
Dang.
Oh my god. A 2 and a 1 and a 6. So it's going to be 9 divided by 2 is...
5.
Okay.
So as you shoot this web of spirit and wind, or spirit and air at the thing, you immediately get the sense with this brief connection that you have that fear has no place in this being, for this being has no mind.
Okay.
But it does just barely knock into it and sort of rock back off of you a little bit, just in a weird sense. It doesn't look like it's confused. It looks like whatever is animating it is just like a little bit jerky for a second. You're still underneath.
Yep.
And as you are, as you are now, the breath expelled out of your lungs, you feel it crush down upon you a little bit more. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay, perfect.
and I need you to make a acrobatics check.
Say 13.
13. With this momentary distraction, you allow the hit on you, and then speak your dissonant melody, and it is just enough of a disorienting for you to wriggle out from underneath, as you are no longer grappled by this creature.
All right, I would like to.
Inhale.
I will definitely inhale. I will breathe. I'm just
Seems like
wondering-
yeah, that's your object interaction.
Yes. I'm going to try for it. I'm going to make a run.
Okay. It's going to attempt to hop on you again.
Hop on you.
Whoa!
It doesn't have a slam attack. It just does
It
this.
just automatically grapples.
Being groped from all angles.
It's a 10.
The 10 does what is no 10 does not make it.
I
Wow.
really hope not.
And so, where would you like to go?
I'd like to run past Tal.
First of all, are you getting up or are you just crawling?
I'm going to crawl. I'm going to because I don't want to. Yeah. Oh no, no! I'm going to get up because it's going
makes
to.
a difference, really.
Yeah.
I think it's half movement either way.
Yeah.
It's more. I don't want it to be able to just fall on me next time. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to try and run away.
Okay, so you get up 15 feet.
Yep,
1, 2, 3. You can get like there.
that's right. And as I run by, Paige is a bloody mess and just says, "The rocks. They're coming." It's been a rough day.
Gotta love playing high charisma characters.
I'm so happy to announce the first T-shirt in our store. Oh my God, the rocks! They're coming.
I feel like that would be the second T-shirt behind "I'm coming into your mind."
We gotta not have shirts that all say "coming." The cave bear just looks at you and goes as you say this.
How did we make this a theme?
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, yes.
Oh my God, incredible.
no.
That brings us to the girl of the hour, the cave bear.
Oh.
Who
Leo.
bear to bear just rips into the big thing that is standing in front of it. You get a sense that the eyesight on this thing is probably similar to yours, and all of a sudden there's this blinding torchlight, and it just goes to take a swing at you, and then try and use that momentum to bite at you. So for the claw attack, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Oh yeah, it hits.
Okay. Sorry. That's gonna be 16 slashing damage.
Jesus, yeah.
And then it's going to try and bite you. 22 to hit. Swear jar.
Swear jar! I'm excited.
And this is...
We need like a tally in the corner of the screen.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep a running tally and like a scorecard for who loves charity the most. Martin's at the bottom. Oh my God, dude! I'm so sorry. 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh my Jesus.
As this bear just starts savaging Lior. Just a blind fury of and isn't still engaged with you as it finally comes to your turn.
Yeah. I gotta do what Lior would do. And Lior, the light illumines the space, and Lior will see Paige getting crushed by these stones, and his eyes are fully dilated, and fear sets into him. And as Paige rushes away, there's a moment of relief before anger starts coursing through his veins, and he's going to start rushing. He's going to go into a rage. Yeah! Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And he's going to start rushing towards that rock in the far corner that was attacking Paige.
Lior's a barbarian?
This old the gun to the head meme always has been. Sick. That you will incur an opportunity
Yeah,
attack from the
of
bear
course.
and an opportunity to slam from
Yeah.
this guy.
When the rock attempts to slam, seeing Leor come out, I go, that's the fire. I'm going to use protection and give the rock disadvantage against it.
Amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. So without... yeah, first one was a 16, second one was a 3. The rock swings out and misses. And what does your protection look
And the
like?
protection is just like, as Leor's going, I just like shove the rock's attack so that it like slides off and my shield's like a protective cover for Leor's running.
Yeah. It's going to like intercept Leor as Leor runs past the rock thing, and it goes to like swing a rocky arm out, and you feel a stinger in your forearm, but you just deflect it up and over, and the thing goes off balance a little bit. And the bear hits you with a dirty 20.
Yep.
It's going to go for a bite because it was a little bit off balance. It's just going to try and nip at your heels. That is going to be 11 points reduced down to 6 points of piercing damage.
So much.
It's a lot.
And yeah, Leor's gonna sprint over to that rock being, and as he does, he's going to, out of habit, reach for his quarterstaff, and then he's gonna reach farther back and take the stonemason's hammer, and he's going to, as he rushes forward, say, "Don't you touch my friend!" And he's gonna just roar and smash, recklessly attacking this thing.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
That's good. Righteously attack.
Come on.
Oh, that was such a good surprise!
Oh yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's super hits.
Okay.
I shouldn't drum on the table.
I was thinking it, but you looked into it, so.
I'm so happy.
That'll be 13 points of damage, bludgeoning,
Ooh, nice.
and I'm going to use the Crusher feat to hit it as hard as I can and shove it back 5 feet.
Oh,
Never seen that used. That is so good.
very cool.
So good.
As this thing just sort of reeling up a little bit, just sort of like that weird, strange animation that it had. And Dirk, you're like looking out and seeing how this worked after your swing didn't work so well with your sword, and you just see Leor, who has been very peaceful, get mad and scream and take out the biggest hammer you've ever seen in your life and just crack it, and you do hear like a like there's some big like rock quarry that's being exploded as this huge hit knocks into this thing, taking out a large chunk of its vitality as it flies backward by 5 feet.
Dope.
Very cool.
Leor's a gangster.
Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
That brings us back to the top of the round where we have Tal. Still this sense of like, and as all this is happening, you guys have like this horrible, like sickly feeling. Like the sweat that's covering you is like this oily sheen. You, Paige, are just the blood that's covering you feels like it is freezing on your skin, and then at once hot. There is a immense sense of wrongness in here. Tal, it is back to you.
Tal's gonna look, feeling this sense of wrongness, is gonna look kind of wide-eyed at her companions and be like, "What do we do?" And is going to run up to the big rock thingy that Leor is not engaged with.
Okay, the one by Dirk, yep.
Yeah, and go in for a flying kick.
Dope.
Very sick. This way?
Yeah.
Very sick. Fly in with that feat.
Natural 20.
Yes.
It feels so good.
So it's just D4s.
Yeah, but it's doubled.
Those doubled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
Amazing bludgeoning damage. You actually drive your foot into the one little chip that Dirk had managed to open up, and you see it go as a crack opens up.
Cool stuff. I will use I will not use any key points yet, so I'll just go ahead and use my my bonus action attack.
Sure. Wait, Tal's a monk? Go ahead.
You know what? 18 to hit.
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Dang, that's a good roll. The first one was 9 and the second one was 8?
Yeah, well,
That's
because
great.
one of my d4s was just a 1.
Yeah. Still. Yeah. Things looking crumbly. It's starting to sort of come a little bit apart at the seams here.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool stuff. So to use my open hand technique has to be when I use a key point for flurry of blows, right?
I believe so.
Okay. In that case, I will put my dukes up.
Absolutely.
That's it.
You guys see in this torchlight, Tal all of a sudden starts going like full training mode. Goes from like, what do I do? What do I do? And then goes, I guess I'll do something. And immediately is very cool. And then goes from like this really fluid, nimble fighting style to weirdly old man fisticuffs. But looks very at home with the old man fisticuffs.
One fist still has the torch.
You can drop the torch. You can drop the torch on the ground and it's not going to go out.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then in that case, torch.
There's no water. There's weirdly in the cave. There's a torch bracket.
Cool.
Awesome. Is that your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
So cool. On initiative count 20, I'd like everyone to roll me a d20, please.
I will not.
Weird that you were the first one to do it.
I feel even worse about this.
Natural 1.
9.
16.
Okay, so in a natural 1, this sense of wrongness that is like suffusing everything since these rock creatures have emerged is highly centered, and you feel like this pointed focus of hatred on you, and you feel like the world is all coming down on your head. And you look upward and you do see that a stalactite is coming down upon your head, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
19.
Yeah, you make it. You just dodge out of the way as this thing falls 30 feet and crashes to the ground beside you, shattering. But Dirk, I think with your eyes especially, you could see that it was falling just in another place in the cave by all the movement that's been going on, but then angled in the air towards Tal. Everything here is not as it should be.
Tal, I don't know if you'll allow it, but would like to take a look around and see if the source of this wrongness is visible or trackable in any way.
I think that is probably
An action?
no. I think oddly enough, I think it's a religion check.
I'm so good at that. Oh, I am good at that.
I think monks get proficiency in religion.
Well, yeah, but it's not a default. You have to
No.
take it. I didn't think I did.
Yeah, so you chose. Funnier, you chose to be good at it.
17.
17. When you felt like the whole world was crashing down upon you, and you felt like this whole nexus of everything was staring directly at you, you were reminded of your older brother Samuel looking at you and going, "Hey Tala, you gotta be good, right? Because otherwise you don't want the Dark One's eye falling on you, right?" And all the brothers going, "Ooh," but you were reminded of that phrase. That way that you felt when you were 4 years old, and you felt that fear of your older brothers messing with you and invoking this crazy concept, is the fear that you felt as you saw this thing veer in the air towards you. Awesome. Good ask. That's going to bring us to the rock creatures. The one who is strong enough to deflect an attack away from it, it pivots to you, Dirk, and is going to try and fall down upon you. It's a 14 to hit.
I'll shove it off and keep it at bay with my shield.
Incredible. Just this real, like, super Hercules moment. This rock's way bigger than you, but you guys just see Dirk, anime style, your feet move a little bit back, but then you plant your feet in the ground. And the rock, it zooms in on his face and he goes, "Impossible!" The one that has been shoved back by Lior is going to attempt to run back and grapple you as well. I mean, it's an attack. Grapple is a word.
It has advantage because I recklessly attacked it.
It's a good thing for you that this is not a damage-dealing effect because I crit. That just means that you guys see Lior swing back on it, and it falls back into the cave wall, and when it comes back out, it looks like it has pulled dirt off the wall with it and reformed a little bit, and just goes for... catches the head of your big stonemason's hammer, drives it into the ground. That throws you off balance enough that it covers you. You are grappled and restrained, and you feel the breath leaving your lungs.
Gotcha.
Great. That's gonna be Dirk's turn.
Okay. Dirk's a little stressed.
I'm having a great time.
Dirk will turn to Tal and Paige. Oh my god. I was literally about to say, don't worry about Lior. He's fine. And you did that shit.
I'm not fine.
Paige,
Becomes
stay
a
behind
million
me.
years old.
Stay away from the bear. Yeah, stay behind me. Stay behind me. I'm going to try to take down this rock monster while I can. I know Tal's doing a great job, so I'm just going to take an attack against it.
Absolutely.
Please. No.
Hey, Zach.
Oh my lord, this is really bad. It's even worse. That's a 9 for that, and an 8 to hit.
Secrets. What is that?
It's really bad.
Wild magic
stuff.
surge?
It's really bad stuff.
Oh.
Who knows?
I missed an attack.
Secrets.
Okay, you take a swing with your sword, still using your sword, and it rebuffs it. Like gets it stuck, and you have to use most of your movement or most of your attack action is really just yanking it back out, and you feel this sickly feeling seeing it now turn around and look pivot its back over at Tal. You see Lior get engulfed, and you just feel this this sense of wrongness almost like boiling you up from the inside.
Yeah, I don't like it. It hurts. I look at Tal. I am ghastly white, not looking good. I almost like dry heave. I slap myself, steal my resolve. I'm gonna use action surge.
Tight.
And I'm gonna double hand and try to take another. And I just yell out like die, and I'm just gonna try to hit that bastard.
For sure.
Oh, hey, look at that hit. It's gonna be a 22.
Yeah, that hits. That hits for sure.
And oh boy, yeah, this feeling of dread, the fact that like I'm seeing all this stuff aimed at Tal. I know we got to get out of here as soon as we can. So as I like bring the sword up, I'm not really even paying attention, and I yell wildly, and the sword like it almost shimmers a little bit, and I bring it down, and like sparks almost shoot off this thing as I like hit it as hard as I can.
For sure.
You can describe any extra effect if you need to.
Yeah, Paige and Tal, make perception checks for me, please.
Oh my goodness.
14.
14?
A little cock,
10.
don't you think?
10?
Yeah, I don't even know which way that's facing.
Good. Okay. I rolled 15 plus 6, so it's going to be 21.
Yeah, how does this take it down? As you see you guys see this mighty swing, and Tal, it looks like Dirk on his descent swings through the torch as these sparks flare up. Paige, you notice that the swing from your angle did not pass through the torch, but you still see this this eruption of sort of like bright energy.
Yeah, and essentially like the sword like clangs and then almost like melts through a little bit like butter.
Yeah.
And I like dig it. I'm so sorry. Dig it through. And just like kick it to the floor away from me.
And whisper to the rock, "I'm so sorry." As you see, as soon as this blow strikes through to a certain point, you find that extra gear and like really push through it. And as soon as you cross a certain threshold, it just becomes rocks. One of them looking like it's falling towards Tal, and that's the one that you sort of just like shove away from you. And I'll ask you to make a wisdom saving throw. Awesome, that's your turn.
Oh my god, a 5. With the rest of my movement, I'm going to position myself between Paige and the bear. And I'm going to say, Tal, cover Paige. And that's what I'll do, just to put myself in front. Yeah.
Roll me a D6, please.
What's happening here? 4.
Okay, as you do this swing, some of this like torch-like energy fires back in this explosion. It sort of like singes you a little bit, and you take 8 points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have some explaining to do. I don't know this.
But
Victor knows.
I'm currently having a tussle.
But one of these is down and out. And you were saying something about the bear?
Just moving right in front of Paige to block Paige from the bear and yelling at Tal to get behind me. That's it.
Absolutely. Great turn. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Awesome.
Use my Dirk voice. Yes.
With Dirk moving and
Did you just say
pivoting
your Dirk vision?
My Dirk voice.
Dirk Vision from the makers of WandaVision. That is the end of Dirk's turn. That brings us to Paige. With Dirk having just landed this crushing blow and moving and standing between you and the bear.
Paige is going to lift her arm and put her hand on Dirk's shoulder and say, "We all must leave here. It has been touched by the Dark One." I'm going to turn and see Lior. It's like, "Lior!" And as she's about to take down, to run down to Lior, she's going to look at the bear and say, "May the shadow swallow you, beast." And I will subtly channel another melancholic tone to try and frighten the bear to run away.
Okay. The bear has +1 wisdom. So
Watch out.
it's not crazy if I...
Not as good as the last
Yeah,
time.
I don't have a 10% chance.
Yes.
But I did roll a 1.
Okay, that is good. That is good.
So I feel like that's probably full damage.
That is excellent. That's a 7. And a 12. So that's 12 psychic damage.
12 psychic damage. Awesome.
And on its turn, I believe it will have to use its action to get as far as it can away from the source of its fear at the moment. So I
Is it its turn or its reaction?
I don't
Reaction.
know.
It
is
must
it reaction?
immediately use its reaction to
Yep.
move as far as its speed allows.
Yeah,
away from
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I hear Paige's words? I know I don't hear her channeling or whatever.
Yes.
But I hear her like saying like, "I want you to go back to the shadows."
Yeah, shadow swallow you.
And then like watch this bear run away.
Yep.
Okay.
I will grit my teeth as I do it.
I have to mention it. The bear used its reaction.
The bear did use its reaction on this turn. Oh no, it was
Yeah.
it was on the previous. Oh, it hasn't come back.
It hasn't come back yet.
No, it did come back
No, it hasn't come
No,
back to the
because
very
you were
end.
last. Yeah.
Hasn't come back to the
So
very
it doesn't
end.
have its reaction.
No.
So it
Which
just
is
takes,
a curse and a blessing.
That's right.
so it just takes the damage.
I can't believe it's not even moving.
Oh, that's so
The
inconvenient.
one chance.
So inconvenient, channeler.
It's okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I just hit a rock.
I like your butter knife.
Through fire.
That's right. It's if available. So there was nothing.
There is
available,
no
unfortunately.
reaction. Good call, Vittorio.
So it gets a minor headache and then
Yeah.
just stares me down.
Yeah, got to take a couple of Tylenols, but I mean, that's
Nothing it can't handle.
about it.
Paige is going to move towards the stay about 10 feet away, so 5 feet closer to Lior, and then take off her bag, and then throw like a sharp look at Dirk, and take out a very unused sling, and like look around for a rock, and try and put it in, and it's going to roll out and try and put it back again, and is going to prepare slowly for her next turn.
Okay, just prepping a rock for your sling.
That is correct.
I'm very upset. Zach is upset. Dirk
Awesome.
doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
Zach is upset.
Dirk is not aware.
Dirk doesn't know anything.
Dirk got screwed by the mechanics.
Now, this angry but not fully running away bear, nonetheless, is looking backed into a corner. It's just, and just looking at you, Dirk. You think probably, but Paige, you know, is not looking at Dirk. Is looking at you, and is just backing up against the wall and like pawing at the air.
You should be frightened of me, foul beast.
Looks at you and goes. Do I like make a save at the end of my turn?
No, there's nothing that happens. You act out your turn as normal. There
Okay.
is no fear that is invoked or anything.
Oh, there's no fear that's involved.
No, it's a
it's just a reaction.
So it
It's
Yeah.
the
doesn't
bear's
do.
turn right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that.
It was
Yeah,
the-
it's
it was the
super the
worst
bear's
thing I
turn.
could've done.
So
It's a bummer for some.
so Dirk says, "Yeah, you should be afraid of me," and the bear goes. And it takes its multi attack at you. First one is a 11 to hit.
Yeah, I'll just like move out of the way.
You dodge out of the way of the claws. And 15 to hit. As you just throw up your shield and it just teeth on steel. Doesn't really do anything, but is looking at you, and it's attacking you. But Paige, you can see that it's almost like trying to get past Dirk and get to you. And you're just with your sling. That's right.
No.
That brings us to Lior's turn. Lior, you are currently at risk of suffocating. You are grappled and restrained. What would you like to do?
And I was like thinking of the mechanical things. Then I'm like, Lior doesn't know the mechanical things. Lior's in a rage. Lior's gonna take the haft of his stonemason's hammer and try and shove it away. And then as it kind of makes a distance, then gonna smash it with the hammer's edge. I'll do it recklessly so that I have
Straight roll.
straight
roll, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, Lior. Ooh, it's a 15.
15. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
That is a hit.
I didn't want to die. God. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
That's good.
It's a big hit, but this thing looks on the verge of like deconstituting, but is just barely holding on.
Yeah, and like, will like I guess hit and smash it before it comes like pouring back down on him. So they see Lior for a moment and then no more again.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think so. I know. I gave Paige an opportunity to escape at the end of that, but given that it was just this physical thing to give
Yeah,
yourself
totally.
the one shot, I think that it kind of that Lior sort of makes that mark, and this time it does engulf Lior. And Lior, you feel all the air leave out of your lungs. What's your Constitution modifier?
It is The modifier is a +4.
Okay, great. That works well in your favor. You have 4 rounds. That's your turn?
Yep.
Excellent. That brings us back to Tao.
Tal is having heard from Dirk, make sure Paige is okay, and then see Dirk take on the bear, be like, who's making sure Leor's okay? And it's gonna take, again, a flying kick at this big ol' rock thing.
Take that kick.
I imagine Tal just jumping like an action figure, like pew,
18.
no run up.
18 hits. 18 hits.
Double jump immediately.
7 points of damage.
Okay. How? Where do you aim your kick?
I'm aiming my kick kind of for the center of the space right above where I saw Leor's head, because I'm trying to break this rock up above where his head and chest would be.
Yeah. So I think you do like you're gonna do a flying kick, but almost like then stomp your foot in, do a front flip, and just back heel comes slamming down on the top of it. And as it does, there's like a sickening, like, this is like Kung Fu Panda style physics of like monk training. Just a of this big crack, and a big rock splits overhead as you see dirt start to fall over the shape of Leor's face, who you could see just as this thing is dissolved, and Leor is now just buried under sandcastle style. But yeah, this thing is no more.
If you'll allow me, I see that as it's like falling apart, there's a moment where as you kind of like land beside me, Leor's gonna look and it's just like unrecognizable eyes, just fully dilated.
Tal's gonna do the Black Widow Hulk, the Black Widow Hulk thing. Hey. You know me.
And then I'll look to see where Paige is.
And I'll immediately, as soon as eye contact breaks, I will book it for the bear.
Sure. So you've used, I think, 5 feet of movement.
Yeah. I have 40.
2, 3, 4.
The bear should be near me, yeah.
Monks are so cool. This is so nuts.
And
Hot
I
take, play a
will
monk.
use Flurry of Blows
Ooh.
to make dos atacos.
Dos tacos.
2 tacos.
2 times.
We all heard it.
I haven't made fish tacos in a
14?
while. 14 hits.
All right, cool. I would have liked that. I didn't call it beforehand, so you can say no. I would have liked to make that with my quarterstaff, because as a Flurry of Blows, I'm trying to get the bear in the sternum, and using an. Oh no, it can't
I
be.
think
It has to be a
Flurry
hand.
of
Never mind.
Blows
In that
is-
case,
yeah.
because I read the open hand technique, you have to use your hand. So I'm gonna use my hand to. It has to make a strength check, or it's shoved back 15 feet.
Sure thing. I think in general, Flurry of Blows is unarmed.
Cool. Yeah. That's exactly right. So 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage, and
And
I
he
have
has
to make a strength check.
save. Yeah.
What's my DC?
13.
18.
Bullshit. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
For each
Two
hit,
hits?
For each
Right.
2 hits, yeah.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
It's a 3, but I dropped it. I didn't
Yeah,
roll
that
it.
was a roll.
It's unfortunate too. 6 points of
6.
damage.
Okay, first one was, how many was it? 6? 5 and 6? Was that it? What was the first damage?
7.
7, okay. So 13, thank
Then
you.
get
7 and
another
6.
strength save.
Yeah.
And another strength save. So it's like whoo, alternating.
8. And so what does it do? It goes...
It moves back 15 feet.
yeah.
What? Leor hit this thing as hard as he could and it moved back 5.
Yeah, you hit a big rock as hard as you could and it moved back 5. Tao, half of your size,
Slapped
comes
it.
and slaps a bear and it goes...
I don't know if that triggers any sort of opportunity
It's
attack.
forced.
No,
Does it?
force
Cool.
movement doesn't trigger that, but it's sick as hell.
No. I feel like she like holds the position for a sec.
Awesome.
They're like, what's that? where like the person like flexes and the dust comes off of them.
yeah,
Whatever that move
absolutely.
is. All right.
With that, one more time, I'm going to need everyone to roll a d20, please.
Do it.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh.
As opposed to
14.
the nat 1 I got before.
9.
Siete.
Siete, Peugeot, I need you to
Page-
make a
page up.
dexterity saving throw.
Page up.
Excellent.
So sorry.
So chunky. Ooh, okay. That's 17.
17, you save. You succeed as Paige. It's almost more remarkable that you succeed because this one is a stalactite that is like nearly right above your head. And you just hear like, tick, and dive out of the way as this thing comes falling down at a reasonable pace. Because it's merely 10 feet above you. But you avoid it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Great.
Dirk!
Yeah, well, I see Lior's okay. Glad of you to join us, and I'll charge the bear.
Absolutely. Charge that bear.
Charge that bear in, I'll make an attack. Yip, yip, yip. Make an attack.
Its babies are definitely behind that rock, and we're going to feel terrible.
Rolled a
after
2,
this.
so I definitely
I'm not
miss.
gonna kill this.
I'm gonna stay
You
there.
don't kill things, Paige.
That's what we
Take
said
my
last
swipe.
time, and look on that
Oh,
list.
totally missed the bear.
Excuse me? What was that?
Sorry.
I took a swipe and I totally missed, so
Yep.
I'm going to bonus action second wind.
Okay, awesome.
Look at that, 4 plus that my fighter level. Okay, awesome.
Tal and Paige are like bickering.
100%.
I was like, the baby's there, and she says, we're not going to kill him. And I was like, that's what we said last time.
That's what you said last time.
That's it for me.
That's it for you? Okay, awesome. Paige, you're up.
All right. Paige, noticing that Lior is all right, is going to rush over to Lior and say, you'll be all right, Lior. We're going to get you out of here. We need to leave immediately. And then take the sling with one hand and then 2 hands and then start whirling it and then let it loose at the bear. Non-lethal damage if it even hits, but I want to hit it in the snout.
Okay.
Non-lethal,
A non-lethal
face
boom.
damage.
You want to boop the snoot. Sorry.
It's a natural one.
So, here, hey, Marty,
This
here,
is perfect. This is perfect.
Marty, here's what's great. There's nothing lethal about this.
So it is what I asked for, but not what I asked for.
You are swinging this sling around, and as you swing it, you go to release, but that last arc to really get some momentum, you wrap it around Tal's quarterstaff, and you go, and you like sort of twist your arm a little bit.
Oh no.
As a sheep herder who historically their favorite weapon is a sling,
Yes.
I am ashamed.
You're too close to me. I can't use this
Secondhand
thing
embarrassment.
properly.
This is bad farming technique, quite honestly.
Dirk even like turns around.
Is that your turn, Paige? You've moved back to Lior, correct?
That is the that's right. I'm back near Liam. He wants me to use a weapon. He thinks it's suspicious when I can't use the weapon. I can't win with this guy, who channels apparently.
That.
I'm gonna kneel down and put a hand on Leo.
Okay,
Hold
sure.
it prone.
Sure.
Yes.
That's going to bring us to bear turn. Bear's got Dirk in front of it. Bear is gonna go for Dirk.
Go for Dirk.
26 to go for Dirk.
Oh my god, don't go for Dirk anymore.
That is on the first attack 14 points of slashing damage.
Dirk feels it. It hurts.
And hopefully Dirk doesn't feel this a bite. That's an 18 to hit?
An 18 would hit, but I will use my reaction as a defensive duelist and kind of put my shield out here. And then I'm like, oh shoot! And I just put my sword in front of it as well and stop like the bite from coming in closer.
Yeah. It bites down on the sword. It's like, "Ah!" That
raised my
sounded
AC
like
to
a
20, yeah.
dog. Yeah. Awesome. As this bear is taking swipes and chunks out of Dirk. Old Dirky's not doing so great. Lior, you're up. Just emerging from this rubble that sort of consumed you last term.
Yeah. Lior will stand. And as he looks at Paige, his eyes will kind of like soften. And there's a moment where the eyes kind of go back to, they aren't quite as dilated.
Sure.
But he'll see that Dirk, who protected Paige, is now in trouble himself, and he's gonna try and rush over. But he had to stand up,
Yeah.
and he had to rush over, so I think he won't quite make it.
No, your movement speed is
I think, nope, just 30. So I'll dash.
2, 3, So you'll just like up here maybe? Just
Yeah.
space for you there?
Exactly.
Okay. Just get up into that space as you sidle up, Dirk, and you're like barely resisting, and all of a sudden the bear disengages and as you feel, and you have a momentary moment of fear that it might be a rock beast.
Can I, as I approach the bear,
Yeah.
Lior's in a rage, but he recognizes that this is a wild animal, even in his rage. Can he just do what he think the wild animal would respond to, and he would kind of roar at it?
Yeah.
Posturing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can make a intimidation check with strength as the modifier, which is a strength check, and you are raging.
Oh my god, that is so generous. I love this.
Right? Listen, if I'm gonna butcher the rules, I'm gonna butcher them consistently.
I love it. It's all about storytelling.
So that is going to be a 14.
A 14.
It wasn't great
I
rolls.
was gonna say on an advantage strength check.
It
while
wasn't
raging.
great rolls. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
but this is also a new experience. I think a bear is used to being a big dog in the forest. And is used to seeing rocks, is used to seeing rock slides. A bear mind might be able to explain away some of this, but a giant being that they've never seen the likes of on two legs, swinging a boulder on a stick and screaming in its face with dilated full eyes. I think that's enough to make the bear sort of shrink back, and you see that the bear is not menacing as much anymore. Now it's entered more of a defensive posture and is trying to like back up beyond this boulder to the alcove it came from.
Perfect. Without looking at Dirk, I'll just say, now we go. Yeah. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, awesome. That does bring us to the top of the order. Tal, what would you like to do?
To the left is the bear, and to the right here is another path.
That is the entrance you came from.
So I know that you said.
Which
All right, so
sort of
that's
caved
the
in.
entrance. We went left.
You guys
There's an
came-
additional path that goes right.
No.
The
You
wall,
guys,
right?
you guys came in this way. It looked like there was a path that went left. That's the way that you went. Now that there's a torch lit up, you probably have a hard time, honestly, seeing past those stalagmites. Still, Dirk, you would see that the cave ends on that side.
All right. I'll hold my action. I'll pick up the torch that was
Dropped, yeah.
dropped, raise it high so everyone can see, and I'll hold my action for any sort of threat.
What action are you holding?
Whack with a quarterstaff.
Okay, so one-handed whack with the quarterstaff. Excellent. Dirk.
I was ready to make a deck save. Oh, Lior just yelled at me.
No, you guys feel this high pressure situation, but Dirk coming in and saying, "That's it, we go now," and the bear cowering. You look around and see that it is now just. You could almost explain away what you've just all witnessed as this like temporary like group group insanity, this group delusion, because there's just piles of rubble, but you just see this bear retreating from you. And this queasiness that you've all felt is leaving you. Yeah.
Okay, with my sword and shield up, I'll take a step backwards away from the bear without disengaging.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take another step back, and I'll get back up until I get to Tal, and I'll say, "We're leaving." And I'm going to, the bear didn't take an attack against me. So
No.
I'll slowly put my shield and sword down. I'll put my sword away. And I'll just facing the bear. No, I'll turn towards the front. And I'll continue my movement. I'll even use my action to dash if I need to. And I'll stay by the entrance, looking in to make sure everybody gets out.
Okay. You do this, you notice that the bear does not take an attack on you.
Yeah.
Also, in this moment, That would have bothered me. In this moment of cooling down and taking a look at the bear, you are just feeling how hard this bear has slashed you, and looking at Lior and seeing how bad the bear sort of savaged Lior. But you're now taking good stock of this bear, and it's like in rough shape. It looks bad.
I'll get over to the wall, put my hand up, and as I'm waiting, I'll take a quick glance at the group. I'll look at Paige, look away quickly, and just like turn around the corner and just probably like that pit stomach just didn't sit right with me. That feeling, that uneasiness, I didn't like it.
Yeah. As you just lean around the corner and add to the cave-in.
That'll be my turn.
Okay, Paige.
Paige is going to say, Leo, we must go. And is going to back up 10 feet, scan the rest of the room to make sure nothing is going to blindside them.
Sure.
But hold her action to run as soon as Leo is in stride with her.
Okay, perception check?
Yes. It's 15.
15. You don't see anything. You almost feel like you see a something falling off, like falling down from the ceiling. You see a rock fall from the ceiling, just a rock. And you're hearing the labored, and then you do hear those goofy sounds that baby bears make. But in your scan, you also do realize this isn't a run out of here. There was a cave-in.
Yeah.
So we do still need to make our way out of here, but it doesn't seem like there's any other imminent, otherworldly attack upon you.
Perfect. That's great.
Great.
End of turn.
That brings us to Bear, and Bear is just going to take like one last posturing, like, and then go to step back, and as it does so, is sort of like stepping back on 3 feet, and its front right paw is really barely touching the ground, and just stays there at the mouth, not quite retreating from your view, but is more so, you get the sense, blocking off that entrance and just standing there and just staring at you. That brings us to you, and I want to say brings us out of initiative.
Well, that was easy.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Leo is going to make his way back. Can he just take a couple steps to look at the far wall and see? There's no other exits. There's only the way we came in, correct?
Yeah. Nothing you could see suggests an exit.
Perfect. Then he'll join his companions in the little chamber over there.
Okay.
Tal will go kind of peek through the leaves that Lior had made because
I think that
We made-
is that full? Is that gone or is that still through the cave in?
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
oh,
really
you can't see
you
it.
can't see it with
okay,
the cave in.
all right,
yeah.
cool. So then in that case,
You could see like cracks of faint light. The
All
only
right.
reason it appears to be light is because it's outside.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So in that case, Tal will go as close as possible to the start of that cave in and like really listen because I know that we only moved away from the entrance as soon as we thought all the soldiers were gone, but we made a lot of noise. So Tal's just trying to cover all of our bases.
There was a loud roar in there. Yes.
Make a perception check for me, please.
Does anyone else want to make a perception check though?
I would. I'm just not sure if.
8.
Where are they at?
8. You don't hear anything. Yeah. Yeah.
We're good.
That laugh isn't an indictment. It's just the enthusiasm.
Is everyone all right? Leo, you look very hurt, and Dirk, so do you.
So do you. Aren't you good with healing?
My salves have the limitations, but I will do my best. This place has been touched by the dark. We need to leave. And the children, they might come back. We did make a lot of noise, and they said they wouldn't leave until they found the quarry. I think it's... Did I say
Quarry.
Thank you. The quarry. There's many rocks here, so I should have known that one. And they're coming, so we should probably leave.
It's fine. They query the questioners.
This needs to end.
This wordsmithery.
I can hear them now.
Can I?
How are you guys getting out of
was
here?
gonna
You
say,
still,
can
you still
you
hear a
walk?
bear in the
Can
distance.
can Lior assess the cave? This isn't like stonemasonry, but this
No.
is still
This is stone.
stone.
Yeah.
And so he'd like to see if there's a weak point or point that could be have like a certain controlled demolition without bringing the rest of the
Sure.
cave down.
Sure, yeah. I guess that's a nature check, probably with advantage because it's in your area of expertise.
All right.
Could I check for any vines, perhaps?
Sure.
Excellent. Should I make something?
Yeah, make a nature check. Okay. There's no vines.
No vines.
There might be vines. You wouldn't know one way or the other. What you don't know what a vine is?
Really struggling, aren't you?
What is
Haven't the foggiest what a vine is.
Vinay? I thought it was 6 seconds. Like never mind.
A
Okay.
21.
A 21. So right away you look and you angle for maybe what is the biggest boulder to start to think of maybe just clear the way the fastest, but then you assess it more critically and realize that would likely trigger another worse cave-in, and you see a spot where you were able to sort of dig around, still keeping that big boulder as like the support for the wall falling out beside you, and it'll lead to you guys sort of climbing over and out.
I'll help my allies and and give them a hand over the stone. I'll come out last.
Yeah, you guys make your way out of here, and
Could I, as second to last, and as Leo helps me up, I'll take both his hands that if I see any cuts, I'm just going to brush my hands over them, no salve, no nothing. And I'm going to look at him and say, thank you for your help. And I'm going to subtly channel a healing word. I will cure his wounds the best I can, subtly.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Lior, as this,
Is Dirk watching?
Lior, as this,
I made sure to be the last one.
as this, as your friend in this moment of absolute, that was the worst you could do, wasn't it? As this a moment of panic starts to quiet a little bit, and you guys are stepping out into the blinding nighttime light. Your close friend sort of takes you back from this. I think you're still on edge a little bit, maybe unused to that kind of a high stress situation, and sort of centers it, and you feel this sort of cold chill go through your hands and up your arms, and when you open your eyes up, Paige, you see that his eyes are back to their normal state. They're not full dilation anymore. They're back to the curious, rambling friend that you've made.
Perfect.
Yeah. As you heal for what? 5?
6.
6? That's pretty good.
My modifier plus.
Sorry, I underestimated you.
I would like it so that the wounds that are cured are not just physical, but also the rage, the loud, violent voices in his head are quieted a bit as I reach into that space and try and quell the wails. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's interesting because from what you know in your incomplete, knowledge, channeling flows of spirit is said to work in a certain way, and people are confounded when you almost channel yours as like an audible spirit, but it seems to take the same effect. as instead of focusing on the physical harm, your strange trick of looking for the mental storm, the mental disquiet, and finding just the right current, just the right pressure system to quell that a little bit.
Perfect.
You guys step out into the night. You seem to be alone. You take stock and you don't hear sounds of any around you. From what you heard before, you gather that the whole legion of children of the light that you had witnessed, Dirk, is not what has caught up to you. That would be an impossibility. Rather, it was some outriders scouting ahead. And so maybe if you travel in the right way, you can still make it to Johanna safely. What do you do in this moment, in this brief reprieve from whatever has just gone on?
Do you think they'll be back? Should we rest and press on?
They'll be back. They said they were looking through these woods all night. We can't rest here. Where's that farm? That's not too far from here. Isn't there a farmland before we reach Johannin?
By Rodin. Town.
Ask him. He knows a lot about farms.
Barrowdwin.
Sorry.
Do we think the Children of the Light would stop there?
I don't believe so. If they won't have any reason.
Didn't they say they were going to the capital?
Yes.
I think the path leads through there. The question is, can we beat them to it? Should they not find us in the woods tonight? My guess is...
I'm wondering if we should play a game of chicken. Let them go ahead. We trail them, and their armies behind us. We never overlap, and we all get to the city without interacting with each other.
We would be sandwiching ourselves between their forward scout and their main army.
Yes.
But the forward scouts retreat back to the main army. They'd still be crossing our path almost constantly.
Then we need to bunker down.
Let the army pass. Or do we push ahead? They keep scouting out in these woods and we try and make it out. Travel through the night.
if we make it past them, then we once again have the lead. They may double back thinking that they overshot.
What if we travel east for a couple days? Then turn north? We'd be well out of their way. Is there a road that would take us that way? Does anyone know anything about that?
There didn't seem to be a road.
I think it was once you get to Barrowdwin, there's roads that go east and west.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we'd be through the forest.
but I would like Tal and Dirk to roll me a history check, please.
Hey, that's not too bad. Hey, I have proficiency. 21.
13.
Okay. Tal, you are familiar with the military as an idea. You wanted to learn more about it before you went off to join it. You don't feel like armies will be moving at the nighttime. Or the main body of a force would be moving at the nighttime. Dirk, you have a bit more road experience as like a sellsword of sorts. And working with groups of fighting men before, you get the sense that an efficient use of time as a scout is not to come back by the same route that you have traveled already. So you would imagine that for this night, at the very least, the scouts that you saw would not come back through where you are right now. The path that you are on would conceivably be clear for this night, at the very least.
Listen, I can't get my head straight right now. I don't want to be the leader of this group. I don't want to make the decisions. But until we get ahead of this thing, let's bunker down. They're not likely to return. We can catch our breath for a moment, and if we need to leave during the night, we can leave. They won't be traveling on the roads until morning.
That sounds good. You know, we did well as a team, if I may say so myself. I know I was not much help, but we made it out of there.
What did we do well against? What were those things?
Our arguing started this whole thing. And I don't know if anyone else felt it. But I can't even say it out loud, but his eye was on us.
Yes, I think
So
those...
we need to figure ourselves out. Who are we that we've drawn that kind of attention? What are our secrets? I'm a girl.
No.
That's my secret. Your turn.
I am slightly afraid of being alone in the dark. Your turn.
Dirk.
I may... Not yet.
If you don't tell your secret, how can you expect Paige to tell hers?
At this point, I don't think I care. These Whitecloaks are chasing us. They almost found us. We ran into a bear. Maybe we don't even discuss anything that's happening. Maybe we just all go our separate ways. This is too much.
I
They're
think
looking
that's
for a group of 4.
a really bad idea.
What is it that is so hard to share? That even though we saved each other, you cannot speak it?
Well, I'd ask Paige the same thing. What's your secret, Paige?
It's interesting how this comes back to me. Dirk, I feel you are hiding a little bit more. Why don't we sort that out before we end the discussion?
What if you both say it at the same time?
I've played that game. That never works.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Leor,
I don't have any secrets, I'll be very honest.
no, help.
Oh, sorry. Look, if you think we will survive by ourselves, I think you are very wrong. Maybe it will work for you. Will it work for Tal? Will it work for Paige or myself? I think you were right. I think we did good together. But it only works if we trust each other. Whatever secrets you think you have, I am sure they will not scare us away. Paige. And I'll kind of reach out a hand. I don't ask questions, but I beg of you.
I can hear. And she closes her mouth, and you all hear in your head.
Dirk did not like that.
What is this, a telltale game? Dirk will remember
Dirk
this.
did not like that.
That's how you knew I was a girl.
You're a girl? Sorry. No, you just said the secret. Yes. I was trying to... I'm sorry.
Well, I'm pretty sure Dirk knew already, so... Sorry.
Quite all right. You can be whatever you like. You humans are so weird.
Paige is weird. Paige is so weird. You channel? And you thought I'd have a problem with it even after I told you about my aunt?
I'd rather not discuss the specifics of what the voices tell me.
You're an Aes Sedai.
First, you ask questions. Now statements. I have said my piece. I would like to hear yours. In your in your head, you will hear, "What is it, Dirk?"
Just like, stay out of my head.
I feel like it's kind of like knocking on someone's door before you come in versus just barging in.
What about knocking someone over with a knife as you ask them questions, berating them?
What?
Dirk, back to you.
I am wary. I used to be affiliated, know of, loosely, the Whitecloaks. I don't run with that crowd anymore. I'm not a part of it. I've changed my lot in life.
I would like to know what caused that change, Dirk.
I would like to know for how long you've been channeling.
I would like to know how long you've been channeling.
Maybe we'll leave it there. What?
Dirk, could you elaborate, please?
I couldn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Make a deception check.
Let's pick a really good one right here.
Tal, make an insight check.
I don't need to.
What's up?
Can I make an insight check?
Who do you want to insight on?
23.
I don't know if I'm inciting Paige just because of the shock factor. So I'm looking at
Yeah.
his reaction to that statement.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of.
Would I have been? You can.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of. Huh. No, I don't think. I think with the words that you chose, I don't think so. Whatever I was thinking.
I rolled an 8 for deception.
Okay, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, so like as soon as you ask, it's more like,
Tal, but I asked you to roll an insight check was from before, when Lior said, "I don't have any secrets."
Oh, thank you.
There was just a little bit of a, maybe it's not you. You looked at Lior because there was maybe a. You get a sense that maybe it's not a secret, but maybe that Lior hasn't told you everything about his plans.
Okay.
He's seeking anger management.
Now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I insight check that one?
With an 8. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Everybody insight check that.
Everybody
because
insight.
if you all roll,
I rolled
Got
an
the
8,
same thing.
but it was a nat 1.
okay, so nope. You got the same thing.
I rolled 2 18s in a row.
Your dice are all cursed.
Touched by the dog.
Yeah, you get the sense
I rolled
that
2 nat 20s today.
you get the sense that Dirk has an idea of what there is something to what Paige is insinuating. Not insinuating, accusing. There is something to it. Did you roll?
I did not. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I had to.
I'd love you to roll.
13.
Yeah. Same.
Okay.
Same.
Damn you, dice.
Dirk, we're trying to be all honest here. And what happened in that cave?
What happened in that cave was that there were dark friends. And now, thanks to all of our help, there are no more dark friends.
Is that all that happened?
That's all that needs to have happened.
We can brush over the fact that your weapon shone with a brilliance that not even Tal's torch managed to light with.
You must be seeing things. Because the only way my sword shines is off of Tal's... Wow, I almost said flesh. Torchlight. Sorry. It's really on the wrong...
Tal's torch, isn't it?
I need to... I'm going to go away for a little bit. Yeah. This...
I'll wait, Dirk. I'm not pushing you for answers. You can take your time.
Good. There's no answers to give. And you saw like I'm jittery. I'm still not feeling great, and I'll take a walk for a bit.
Sure. Dirk just goes off to walk and maybe maybe start looking for a place to set up shop
camp
for the night. Tal, I think you're a little bit confused. You're all very off-put right now by... I think there's a little bit of... between both of you, there might even be a little bit of looking at Paige with a sense of, you better be sure about this, because that's such a wild thing to accuse a person of.
I mean, he's old.
Yeah, Tal...
And he's not even crazy. There's no way.
Yeah,
Well,
Tal...
he's a little
you're-
crazy.
You're running through knowing and rationalizing, like Dirk said, it was the sword passing through the fire and kicking up some sparks. That's what you saw in the cave. But also knowing Dirk the best, you could see that he is holding back information with everything he has.
Tal? Your friend Dirk. I'm not going to push him,
He doesn't like to be pushed.
and I won't be the one to do it.
Then maybe he should not be pushed. Maybe he should be spoken to.
Well, what's everyone looking at me for?
Tal, you have a way with words that is unlike anyone else. And Dirk trusts you.
My brothers tell me I put my foot in my mouth all the time.
Your flexibility is very impressive, but Dirk and you have a very, from what I can see, a very strong friendship. And I believe that if anyone is to talk to Dirk, you can reach him. More
Maybe.
so than I can, more so than Leo. I've only known him for 3 days. He's a spicy fellow.
Yeah. Yeah. You never said your secret.
I mean, it's work. It's not really a secret. I have to go to the capital and do stonemasonry as one does, and then I have to go and do stonemasonry elsewhere.
Where's elsewhere?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would.
Leo, I love this. This is like a story in itself. Now tell us, where do you need to go after?
It's like a story. Well, okay. I got the mission. Or, Paige, you're doing the thing.
Well, I didn't mean it like that.
No. From the beginning, you got the mission.
I will not be tricked. Look, I have been tasked to go to studying Jinsun?
Jinsun?
I still not pronounced that right. There's
It's a hard word.
I think that's north of Johannan.
Yes, it is. It is. It is to the north. They have something there that is. Paige, you remember that we spoke of waygates?
Yes.
It is something that the Aes Sedai gifted to Ogier. But there's something going on. I'm not sure. It was unclear. If there's something wrong? Lior's kind of processing, like, what just happened and the little information he got about the Waygate.
Yeah.
I've been asked to go and check it out. They don't have a stonemason at Jinsun, and so they've asked me to look into the integrity of the Waygate. We try not to speak of them. They are not to be used anymore, but you know how sometimes, humans sometimes see things lightly and don't take the serious nature of things, and so we try not to speak of many humans. I would ask that you not share this mission with anyone else. But that is my not secret.
I got pretty good at keeping secrets growing up.
Yes, I can tell. That was incredible. Wow. A girl. Incredible.
Paige is like,
You guys.
Knowing that her secret was spoiled by 2 of the 3, Tal's just gonna be like, it's 'cause you're not human. It's okay.
Nonsense. Speaking of secrets.
Dirk. I'll go find him.
Yeah.
You could probably easily find me. But you'll hear me just like doing deep breaths, like I'm trying to meditate, talking to myself, like, it's okay. We don't have to kill them. No, we don't.
I'm gonna see if I can sneak up on him.
We just got
Stealth
trouble
check.
for that.
please.
16.
What's your passive?
Oh yes! Oh yes!
You can sneak up.
So like you're just hearing like, do I kill them? No, I can't kill. What about Tal? No. Okay, so we travel together. Do I turn them in? No. How do I do that without turning myself in?
I kind of like
Yeah.
leap really lightly and like land with my toes like right here on his shoulders. Be like, hey!
Standing on it.
Like crouching, and I'm anticipating as he jerks, I use that momentum to kind of like push off, and, like do a tumble in the air and land in front of him.
Do an acrobatics check.
Yeah, like
what?
Like going for
Oh,
like.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I jump onto his shoulders and then do a front flip off of them was not it.
Not it.
Lior is there with Paige, like,
No!
she's got this.
She's very diplomatic when she wants to be.
You go, hey! And you start like, what? And you jump and you think it's giving you just the momentum you need, but your feet slip, so all your momentum, you don't get enough of a rotation, but you're still in like the pike position. Like you would just land fully on your back on the ground, like, oh!
How tall is Dirk again?
Like 6 feet.
I will master that move one day.
Yeah, like I'm almost like drawing a sword out. And go, oh, damn it, Tal. Are you okay?
Have you decided not to kill me?
Yes, I wasn't going. I was just talking to myself. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I obviously wasn't going to kill you. Listen. People aren't supposed to know.
And nobody will know outside of the people who know.
No one was supposed to know outside of me. And then you knew. And then no one was supposed to know outside of us. And then it doubled. I'm worried it's going to quadruple next time.
Who told you that nobody else was supposed to know?
I did.
Okay. So, in your defense, I knew that you used to be like, what, Whitecloaky? Why? Like, look at the inside of your cloak.
How did it get ripped?
Yeah, the brown green cloak that you have, it's just like a bed sheet that you sewed over a white cloak.
Like I only had one cloak.
I mean, it's a good cloak. What am I
Good
gonna do?
cloak.
Get rid of it?
It looks very comfy, and honestly, I only noticed after the first couple weeks, and that's because I saw you taking it on and off when we were like going to bed. It's the one time you put it over me when I was sleeping. Like I don't think you
So
get
what
that
do we
careless
do?
with most people.
I have a channeler here. I have a giant person Ogier here. And there's you. What am I supposed to do?
We see this through. I I think that you're thinking a lot about the channeling and not so much about the fact that, and Tal will kind of look around and be like, the eye of the Dark One was on us in there.
Do you think it was following Paige?
No. I think that the four of us together are a scary thing to the Dark One. Out of everything I learned about that's the only conclusion I can think, which means that splitting us up is doing what he wants.
Can I insight check that? Just want to make sure that when she says, like, I can't think of anything else that he would, like, I can't think of anything else that's just
absolutely.
truly.
Absolutely.
Wow, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be like a 12.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think with a 12 insight on that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tal's a farmer who up until today, this was all vague theory that was taught by her master. Her sense of religion is there. I have proficiency in religion, but it's always apparently, but it's always been very vague and elusive. Up until now, the only thing that Tal has experienced as the Dark One is, ooh, eat your green beans or the Dark One's gonna get you. And this is the first time it makes it real. And so she's being super genuine.
I think also with a 12, you read when Tal says the channeling. What you read with a 12 is how grateful you are at the attempt at being nonchalant. And you appreciate that there is such an effort for it, but there is a fear with that you haven't you didn't see that fear in Tal's eyes when she came to talk to you, but the fear comes up when that subject does come up, as hard as she is trying to not have it seem that way.
You get the sense that for a moment, like, my face got hard and stern as I was asking questions, and then I realized, like, oh, who I'm talking to, and it relaxes a little bit. Sorry, Tal. My brain's just a little bit foggy today. I need to sleep, I think, and maybe it'd be a good idea. Maybe if we followed Leo for a bit. Maybe follow Paige too.
If we stick together?
Yeah, I don't think I should be making the decisions right now. I think I kind of got us into this mess.
We make the decisions as a group.
Yeah. Okay, everything's fine.
Everything's
fine.
Just the more you ask Paige questions, the more she's gonna ask you questions.
Fine. I will never speak to Paige again. Easy enough. I've gone days without speaking. I can easily go weeks without speaking to her. Should be quite easy.
Can you find any future in which you speak to Paige without asking her questions?
Yeah, when I tell her to do things, yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right, we'll start there.
All right, I could do that. All right, Paige, set up camp. It's getting into throes of things, getting practice.
You do turn around and see that camp has sort of been set up while you were stewing off on the side. You do see that area of camp has been set up with 3 bedrolls and one that is a little bit off to the side with just the 1 bedroll. When you walk back, I think it might have even been a subconscious thing on both of your parts even. And when you walk back, you see Dirk come back, and you take a look. How you can present however you want as Dirk comes back, but there has been a bottle that cannot be recorked at this moment. You guys settle down for a cold night of sleep. No fires. I think we've all agreed that fires are maybe...
We learned our lesson.
Yeah. In your heads, as you are lying down to sleep, Lior, I think you are just thinking, my goodness, these humans, everything goes on with them in such a short span. I know like 3 of them, and they're all wild.
It's incredible.
Would I have been able to talk to Leo while these 2 went off, while we were setting up camp?
Sure.
Okay. As we watched Tal leave, I think we did the right thing.
I think so too. And I'm happy that you trusted us all with your secret. I know it wasn't easy.
I almost feel bad for Dirk. He didn't really have a choice in that game that Tal set up. His secret was out just moments before when fighting the creatures that tried to kill me. I felt I owed it to him. I don't think he's a bad man. I think he has problems. I think he did show his true nature tonight, which was a protector. And I think we can trust him.
I think so too. When we were running through the woods, there was a moment where his mask of determination faded for a moment, and he looked lost. But in that fight, he risked it in order to protect us. His secret, he didn't have to. He could have ran. He could have backed away. I don't know if he can channel. That is unclear to me. He does not seem to have that same affliction that the young boy did. I hope that he is not beyond saving, helping. I think we can do that.
I do believe Dirk has his demons. I don't think the channeling is one that controls him. But I don't know. We'll find out with time. But for now, I think we may need him, and I believe he may need us. And regardless, we're all at the mercy of one another now, with the secrets being exchanged.
Humans, so funny. You need assured mutual destruction to ensure collaboration. How odd.
Time and time again, that's what our civilizations are built on. It's incredible how fear and distrust for others brings us as close together, more close than anything.
I'll never understand it.
I think that conversation replays in your mind, and to your credit, or just to the nature of how different your understanding of everything going on is than theirs, I think the last thing that you think before you go to bed is, and Tal, a girl?
Who knew?
Tal, you lie down on this night, not feeling the need to try and hold as Spartan a position as you can while you go to sleep. Lying down, more relaxed than you have been for some time. Exhaling.
I can pee whenever I want.
Not right now. But I think as you are trailing off to sleep, the comfort fades and your brow furrows, and you enter an uneasy sleep with the thought of, is this another brother I have who's gone off to fight his own war? As you fall into a restless sleep. Paige, you recall being a child, being in that summer port city and listening to this chaotic storm of voices above the voices that only you seem to hear, and getting good at it and knowing what people wanted and being able to get them what they wanted. And you recall a tall woman with kind eyes and a face unravaged by stress or time, telling you, "No, this is something that you're gonna have to keep a bit of a secret, my dear. The world's not ready to know what's going on inside that mind of yours." And against all of the judgment that you have built up for decades, you've just told people about that. And you shift over before you fall asleep and look at a sleeping Dirk and see the peace that is over him, and can't understand how someone who might also understand what it is to be constantly living in a storm can find this peace as you go into a troubled sleep. The thing is, Dirk, you're not asleep. You lie as still as you can, trying to find some sort of solace and arguing with yourself of, this has gone better than you could have imagined it could have gone. Sure, there's fear. Sure, there's worry, but no one's tried to kill you yet. That is unbelievable. What does that say about them? What does that say about the word yet? When is this other shoe going to drop? No. No, Tal is special. You saw Tal trying, and that trying means the world to you. But as much as you try and quell these thoughts, one thought that you can't quell is a familiar voice that goes, "And so you just told them. You just did it." You really are far gone, aren't you? Mm-hmm. The sooner you take it, the better. They said it already. You're a madman.
Yeah, I'll stay perfectly still. I was gonna get up to move, but I'm worried I'll alert someone. I didn't like that. I'll look over my shoulder. I'll wait until everybody else is asleep, but I don't think I'll sleep much tonight.
No, I don't think you do. As the imminent danger of the chase has escaped you guys, but knowing that this is still days of travel to get to where you're going, and cards finally being laid on the table in some respect for what they are. Sometimes a full house wins you the game, and sometimes it could just feel a little bit crowded. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yeah. I don't feel happy.
Wow. Things broke better than I thought.
I was really hoping that torch would not be lit with that reaction.
Tal is shocked that worked.
Lighting a torch?
No. Everybody tell your secrets. I'll go first.
Incredible. Honestly, the sheer peer pressure of a teen girl.
Oh, yeah. That was really good.
Tell me everything.
I'll go first.
Wow. Well, I know before I was telling you guys, yeah, we're getting to Johanna by tonight. For sure. But I think we got somewhere cooler, I want to say.
Oh, 100%.
Thank you guys so much. That was
great.
awesome. If you've hung around, thank you for watching.
Oh my god, we're still on.
Yeah, super still. I gotta sign off, baby. Thank you for watching. I think a new record for our charity swear jar. If you want to keep up with the adventures of this band of oddly dissonant yet paired up adventurers, you can catch our next episode next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on this channel, with the podcast form wherever you listen to podcasts following shortly after. Until then, my name's Brad, and you've been watching Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might. Wow. Oh, we're all having fun.